Hi, I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Certainly, it is indeed a pleasure to be at this retirement celebration, and we want Marie Kirkley-Bey to know that we greatly appreciate what she's done. So we always like to give thanks. So at this time, we'll have a moment of prayer, please. Blessed Heavenly Father, in the perfect precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, God, we thank you for this retirement ceremony. We thank you for the accomplishments of Marie Lopez Kirkley-Bey. We thank you for all that she's done in this community and throughout Hartford. God, the food that has been prepared, we let it be used for nourishment and strength for our bodies, remove all the impurities. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Cultural Arts Consortium. We are here to celebrate with you a wonderful person in our community and a leader to all of us. Friend, relative, co-worker, role model, and someone who's very much accomplished in the city of Hartford and the state of Connecticut, Marie Kirkley-Bey. It is customary in our African tradition to begin any special ceremony or any sacred event with the pouring of libations. Of course, involved in this ceremony is the drums, and the spirit of the drummer is the spirit of our ancestors, and the clearing and cleansing of the space, acknowledging all four corners of the earth. The pouring of libations is a acknowledgement of the cycle of life, where the water represents purity and the plant represents life. They are combined together to complete that cycle. I'd like everybody to say Ashe with me. Ashe. 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 All right, like you mean it. Thank you. Ashe is a word that means I agree. So be it. Kind of like amen in Swahili. So when I say something and I think that you agree with it, you're going to say Ashe. And I'd like you to put your hands up, and this is the part where we're going to acknowledge our ancestors and those who came before us. We give thanks and praise for all of our ancestors from the continent of Africa. Say Ashe. Ashe. We give thanks and praise for all of our ancestors who died crossing the Middle Passage and struggled for us to be here today. Say Ashe. Ashe. We give thanks and praise for all of our collective ancestors scattered throughout the world in all parts of the diaspora. Say Ashe. Ashe. And we give thanks and praise for all of our ancestors, both recent and ancient, the ones we don't know, the ones we know and love, who have led the way for us to be here today. Say Ashe. Ashe. You may lower your hands. Thank you very much. It's also customary in our African culture to acknowledge and gain the permission of our elders. Obviously, without our elders, the living people in our lives that are older, wiser, we're nothing. We need their guidance. We need their love. We need their spiritual connections. We need all of that to be successful as adults ourselves. So today's honored elder is the wonderful and beautiful Miss Marie Kirkley-Bey. And we would like for all of us to ask for her permission to continue. Standing by her side is St. Kofa's honored elder, Sister Nandi. So, as a group of people who are in awe of these wonderful ladies, I'd like for us to ask them as a group, as a village, for your permission. So repeat after me. Honored elders. Honored elders. Do we have your permission to continue this event?
Yes, you do.
All right, let the celebration continue. Israel!
Whatever the maker of the universe has done, nothing and no one can change it. Marie Kirkley-Bey, you have done so much in this community. We acknowledge you. We honor you. Thank you very much.
Nin Calibo ela ela Sinbo mansia ela ela
Olaibo mansia Nin Calibo ela ela Sinbo mansia ela ela
Olaibo mansia Baluja balake ela
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing Connecticut's first Hartford band, Cold Groove Concussions.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael J. Wilson. I'm the Vice President for Sankofa Kalumba. And on behalf of the organization, we want to welcome all the elected officials and each one of you for coming out this evening to pay homage to our honored guest, Ms. Kirkley-Bey. Ms. Kirkley-Bey has allowed us to use the Johnson Stewart Center for a rehearsal for the wonderful performance that you've seen, and to allow us to bring culture and arts back into the Martin Street neighborhood of the north end of Hartford. So again, Ms. Kirkley-Bey, thank you.
With Marie Kirkley-Bey, I affectionately know her as Aunt Cookie. That's what I call her. And the story I got is that she received that name because she used to steal all the cookies out of the cookie jar. So at this time, we also have a sign up. If you'd like to say some fine words, or just sign your name, let her know you were here. We'd appreciate it. And at this time, I'd like to present Speaker Sharkey.
Thanks everybody. I'm Brendan Sharkey. I'm the Speaker of the House, and I think the biggest regret I had since I became Speaker was that I was not able to serve as Speaker with Marie still in the legislature, because she's someone who sorely missed when she retired 2 years ago. You know, the beauty of, and let's give a round of applause again to all the performers. And the beauty of having those performers here, as we just heard from the previous speaker, is the fact that the production that you saw tonight was made possible tonight, this night honoring Lopez Kirkley-Bey, by Marie. Marie was the one who helped and has represented her community and has enabled all of these different groups to prosper and survive here in Hartford, here in our community. And that's really why I think it's so fitting that they were able to entertain us tonight at your special dinner. So, thank you. I would also just want to acknowledge we actually have two speakers in the room tonight. The first is way before me was Speaker Tom Ritter. Not way before, I shouldn't say that. But Tom Ritter is here with us as well, and he's been a mentor to me, and I thank him for that leadership. But mostly, I just want to say, Marie, thank you for all the work that you've done for the legislature, all the leadership that you provided, and mostly for the way that you so strongly and eloquently spoke out for the people that you represent and for the community that's so important to you. So thank you for inviting me tonight. I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
Now at this time I'd like to present Mr. Steve Harris, who is also going to speak about McCauley.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I don't have to tell you folks about Marie because you're here. You know what she's done. So I'm going to speak as a person who is a constituent of hers. And I can tell you this, that anytime we called Marie for anything, she came through. The best thing I liked about Marie is that we didn't have to explain what our problems were. She knew what our problems were. She was working on them in advance. And see, a lot of times we don't have that kind of relationship with our elected officials. We go to them and they ask, well, why are you here? As a constituent, I expect you to know what our problems are. I'm here to discuss how we can solve our problems. I never had that problem with Marie. Anytime I sat down with Marie, it was, okay, how can we fix this? I know what the problem is. And she was a trooper. She's always been a trooper. I remember when she was a scorekeeper for the softball team. That's going way back. So I just want to say to Marie, welcome to the club. Because let me tell you something, many of us don't get a chance to retire. So I say to you, enjoy your retirement, keep doing what you're doing, and we'll always be there for you as you were for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. At this time, I'd like to read a citation, and it would come from Treasurer Napier, who could not be here tonight. So, State of Connecticut, Office of the Treasurer, Public Leadership Citation. Be it hereby known to all that the Treasurer of the State of Connecticut offers her sincerest congratulations to the Honorable Marie Lopez Kirkley-Bey in recognition of the exemplary leadership, outstanding legislative accomplishments, and distinguished service as former Deputy Speaker and State Representative for the 5th House District in the Connecticut General Assembly. The Treasurer extends her very best wishes on the most noteworthy occasion in her retirement, given the 12th day of June 2014. So thank you. I'd like to take the time to just say a couple personal words about Maya Cookie. Maya Cookie came from humble beginnings. She struggled in her life. She worked her way off of welfare. Took care of 3 kids on her own. And, she's a remarkable woman. She's always been there for me whenever I needed her for anything. All I had to do was call on Cookie or my sister Kelly, and they've been there for me. So, on Cookie, I love you.
Thank you. Brandon always is better dressed than me, so I apologize for having my jacket on. I figured it'd be hot in here, so. Marie, there's a lot that I could say. And I think I do know what finally made Marie retire. You had to serve with my dad for a long time. You had my Uncle John, and then you had to do me 2 years. You said, that's too many Ritters, I'm done. I can't do anymore. We have that tendency to drive people to the extremes, including ending what was one of the greatest careers in Hartford politics. Your time on the city council, where you took a party that didn't even exist, and you got elected, and no one wanted to run against you, to 20 years in the state legislature with almost never a challenge, complete respect, deputy speaker, almost as lofty a status as you can get. I remember when you were thinking of retiring, we sat in the basement of the Capitol, and we both sort of had an emotional meeting, and there were tears involved, and you sort of said, the only thing I worry about is, can I continue the work that I've done for so many years when I leave, and will people still remember me? So Marie, I hope that when you look in the room, and you see all the people and the lives that you've touched over the last 30, 40 years, there's no one in this room who has forgotten about you and what you've done for the city of Hartford. And that's why everybody's here. So we love you, we care about you, you've been a mentor and friend to me. The only person I call back more quickly than you is my wife. And even that gets debatable at times if you were to time it, I'm sure. But really, you are just a true champion. The things you fought for, the things that Brandon and I try to fight for up there. We invoke your legacy often, and I'm very proud to call you a mentor, a friend, and someone that I love. So congratulations on your special night, Marie.
Marie Kirkley-Bey. It is such an honor, one, to fill such large shoes that you've left for me to attempt to fill. And I am just so honored, one, to serve at this capacity and to do the work that you started, at least in my eyes, as a young person watching you do what you did for the great city of Hartford. I remember when I sat down in her living room to talk to her about me wanting to run for state representative, and I remember exactly what you told me. You told me, and you sat in that chair, you were looking at some mail and doing some other things. You said, as long as it is destined and you follow your purpose, then you should be all right. And so I took those words with me. I took that time that you and I had together, and I held on to those along with other things that people said about me, and I did it. And so I'm here to let you know, and I echo my colleague, I echo Matt, your legacy will live on, and we're gonna make sure those young people, you hear me? Because she called me, she said, you better make sure my young people get the youth money that they need. And you work with CWP and everybody else, but I'm gonna continue to work as hard as I can at the state legislature to continue on the work that you've done and more. And so thank you so much for being an example to young people of color from the Northeast neighborhood, the city of Hartford, the state of Connecticut. And I stand in your seat doing the great work that you commissioned. So thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to present Congressman John Larson.
He's very big. Next time you see him, you're not going to believe it. Okay.
Marie, what an honor to be here tonight. Mr. Speaker, just with the Speaker down in Washington, where we proudly stood and watched UConn men and women's team receive their trophies from the President of the United States. He even had to dance later on. I think, so I'm told. But to be here this evening and to be able to get back home for a presentation to someone who has done just an outstanding job for the city of Hartford and has been exemplary in the example you set for other people in public service. We share a lot in common, being both born in federal housing projects and raised there. And we both worked for the Aetna at one time. And but Marie said something that I think is extraordinary and should provide a lesson for everyone. She said, as she was growing up, and Eddie will acknowledge this too, that as she was growing up, she was stigmatized because of the amount of money that she earned. And because she received aid, she was classified. And her point was, today they call me the honorable, but my values never changed. I was honorable when I was being raised. I was honorable when I was at work. I was honorable before I had the title of an elected official. And so, on behalf of the congressional delegation and the President of the United States, it is my high honor to present you with this special commendation of congressional recognition. Now, these days, with Congress's approval rating, I don't know just how you might take that, but know full well that the entire Connecticut delegation extends its very best. All of them who know your unbelievable commitment as well. We also took the liberty, noting this special day, to fly this flag over the United States Capitol in your honor. So Marie, God bless you. Thanks so much for your commitment.
Thank you so very much. Senator, can I get that picture of you? Sure. One more time. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're welcome. Hi, Mr. Speaker. Great, how you doing?
Thank you, Congressman Larson. At this time, I'd like to present former Mayor of Hartford, Mr. Eddie Perez.
Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Marie, can I tell a little story about us? How many of you want to hear a little story about Marie? Yeah. I don't believe she's really retiring. You know? Because I think in the next couple of weeks, next year, you'll probably hear about Marie again. So Marie used to work at Aetna, and when she used to work at Aetna, we were also, she was head of the AHOP organization, the Asylum. She used to hang out with a crazy guy named Kevin Kelly. Some of you guys might remember. He went to become rich, and we stayed in Hartford, right, Marie? So one day we're planning what to do in order to make think about a little issue called linkage. And Marie, I think she used to go work at it, but 7 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So we had to plan the action against Aetna that weekend. I mean that Monday. We were planning it the weekend, and it had to actually effectuate it Monday morning, right at rush hour. And Marie drove the van that blocked up the 2nd Street exit. But she was very polite about it. When the cops asked her to leave, she went right across down the sidewalk and went into the Aetna and finished her shift that day. She did that very vocally. When we were involved in linkage, she went on to go graduate from being president of AHOP to being the lead person of the People for Change slate. And at that time, people didn't expect the People for Change slate to do so well. And one reason they did so well was that Marie stayed true to her principles of being a neighborhood activist and standing by her people all of the time. So Marie, I know that you're probably wrestling a little bit, but I know there's got to be 1 or 2 more fights in you, and all people got to do is piss her off, and you'll see her in action. I've done that a couple of times and upset her, and I know she comes strongly at you. So Marie, thank you for all the work you've done, all of the people who you have mentored, but more importantly, all those people that when they were down, you picked them up. And I know those are not only your children, not only your neighbors, but people who you didn't even know. So on behalf of all those people, muchas gracias.
Look this way, please.
Thank you, Mr. Perez. At this time, we have Mr. Kenny Rose from Mashantucket Pequot Reservation and Ms. Danes.
Let me get this picture before you get it out.
Oh, no. We have to put the honoree in the middle.
Okay. I wanted you to do that. That's it. Right, guys. There you go. Thank you.
I don't know, I consider myself an activist. For those who know me, I like to be in the neighborhood and working on the grind of trying to do what I can to help people. It just makes me feel good. And I just always have seemed to gravitate to people who feel like I feel, and I think that's what we all do. We hang around with people who have the same values and principles we do. And that's what led me to, I believe, Lopez Kirkley-Bey. I always called her one of my guardian angels. It was always Marie Gonzalez, and Annette Carter. And that is a hell of a team to have blocking for you. They've always looked out for our sovereign rights as an Indian nation, really recognized by the federal government of the United States. She always called me at my house and asked me, what impact will these laws have on your tribe? I thought that was special. And it's because of her caring so much about her community, I believe, that we would hang out when I come to Hartford and just come check her out. She would be at one of the centers in her district. And so she always was fighting to have turkeys given to the people in her district. Always fighting, at Thanksgiving and at Christmas. She was always fighting for donations for the kids and the elderly. And I knew the money always went to the kids and the elderly. So it was easy to ask to try to, support her. Because she's an activist. Marie, when we was worried about, all right, what are we going to do? We're expanding Foxwoods, largest casino in the Western Hemisphere, and then Pfizer is going to have their global headquarters in New London, and Mohegan Sun's coming online. How are we going to have employees? And Marie was one of my guardian angels who said, well, we have people who need jobs in my area. And so she worked with me on a welfare to work program to train people to get how to get ready for work, how to be prepared for work. And we had job fairs in her community. And that was all with her leadership. And then one of the biggest problems we had was how are they going to get to work? So we came up with welfare to work program. We worked on Easy Ride, where people would team up and meet in one location and then take a van on down. And these are real jobs with benefits. And there's some great stories where individuals who work in that program can share. Some of them now own a house. So they went from renting to owning houses, and they're paying a mortgage. But that's what America is all about.
And so to see, hear people be proud of the opportunity just to apply for a job, not be ignored. I always say, like, we always went where no one else would go, like Star Trek. We had job fairs right in the projects, we would go to the elderly center, wherever. And so I just want to say thank you for being real. You make life pleasurable. I get happy when I help people, and so every time I'm around you, I'm always happy because you're always helping people. And I also want to just introduce Councilwoman Dames, who is on our tribal council. She's here with me today.
I just wanted to come here on behalf of my community, which is the Mashantucket People at Tribal Nation, and just tell you in person that we love you, we appreciate everything you did for our community, and I just wish you the very best. And it's just such a pleasure to be in your presence one more time. God bless you.
See, the good thing about County Wheels is I create friendships. So it doesn't matter if I'm in office, at office, or if they're in office or at office. I go to Marie's house, sit down with her and watch TV, just talk and relax. Been doing it for years. She comes to my house and does the same thing. My house is her house is my house. And that's how we are. We've always been that way. And that's what's so great about, the journey of life. It's not about positions, it's about just running into people and trying to help other people out. And that's the reward I get out of life. And I think Marie does too. And that's why you served 20 years.
Thank you, Mr. Wells. At this time, before we get ready to let you fill your stomachs, we're having a raffle. And you can see at the back table if you'd like to buy raffle tickets. Okay, before we do that, Mayor Segarra, is he here? Let's say a couple words.
Good evening, everyone. I first met Marie Kirkley-Bey when I was doing my first year of graduate work at the University of Connecticut School of Social Work. I recall that she was on City Council, and I had gone with 21 families that we invaded City Hall. There were homeless families, and it was a result of, some policy deficiencies that needed to be fixed. And after the meeting with the City Council and we were there with the family, she came down, and I thought she had an angry look on her face that she was going to scold me. She whispered in my ear, "You better not back out or be a coward." So I just want to say, Marie, on behalf of the residents of Hartford, we appreciate all of the work that you have done. I appreciate your work, most especially on our youth, especially our summer youth employment program and all the help that we have received from you in that end. And also understanding that education is really what will set our community free and lift them up to higher levels. So take a break, relax. You've really given it your all, but most especially you have shown that it is possible to represent your community at the state and yet still be connected to the true needs of the community. So thank you very much, and we appreciate you, and we're gonna miss you. Okay, but you'll be around. Whenever you need anything, just knock on my door. Thank you so much.
Mr. Mayor, I need a picture there, sir. You don't need a campaign manager, Marie's the one.
At this time, I'd like to call Rep. Doug McCauley.
Real quick. Matt, you want to come down? Is Brandon here?
We did.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm late.
Thank you.
Sorry, really. and I know you want to eat, so I'll be very brief. But I have to share this one story with you all. So, as soon as I got elected, the higher ups pair you. They always pair you up with someone to be your mentor when you're a new legislator. So, of course, they paired me up with Marie. It was fine. So the first year, you're there, you close your mouth, you sit, you listen, you learn. You watch the process. And we went through the whole year, and I sat next to Marie. I didn't open my mouth, maybe just talk to Marie back and forth, back and forth. So the second half of that year, same thing going on, short session. But we were debating a bill, a very important bill. It was a bill that would distinguish or level the crack cocaine, power cocaine sentencing process, because it was unfair, where some people were getting sentenced to years for having power cocaine, and others was getting sentenced lightly for crack cocaine. So, So anyway, so the debate is going on for about 4 or 5 hours, and I was prepared. I wanted to talk, and I even had a prop with me. I had a little prop with me. I said, all night I was thinking about, I want to say something. And it was getting late in the night, and I'm sitting next to Marie, and I said, Representative, I think I want to say something. And trust me, y'all, her response would probably dictate how I would have operated for the rest of my career at the Capitol. Because if she would have said, no, wait, it's not your time, then I would have been quiet for the rest of my journey. But unfortunately for some, she said, go ahead. And now I'm nervous, because now I was hoping she said wait. But she said, go ahead. Now I gotta press the button. So I pressed the button to speak, and my time came up. And I gave one of my speeches. And Marie was right there. She was so happy for me. And I violated the rules, because as I was doing my speech, I held up the prop when you're not supposed to do. And I said, this is wrong, because if you get caught with this, you get these things. And I was just going on and on and on and on. And Marie was so, and I sat down, I swear, she was so supportive of me. I wanted to cry. She was like, you did a great job. And I haven't closed my mouth since. So congratulations, Marie. Thank you for your support. It's gone the wrong way.
Thank you, Mr. McCoy. Okay. 2 more things again. I'd like to remind you again about the raffle tickets. They're at the back table. You can see Laura. And we have buttons that are available for you. And this was my aunt's slogan, all the way with Kirkley-Bey. And this is her retirement button, so they're in the back. If you'd like one, help yourself. Now we're going to let you enjoy your food. It's already been blessed, so enjoy, and we'll pick this up after you see.
Hi, this is Arjo Wentz from All Politics is Local, and we're so happy to be at this festive celebration. Another legend is retiring in the city of Hartford, none other than the former Deputy Speaker of the House, Marie Kirkley-Bey. And I'm standing here with 2 legends of their own, Princina Holloway, the first Deputy Sheriff in the city of Hartford, and also Thurman Milner, the first Black Mayor of the city of Hartford. So how do you 2 feel about being here today?
Oh, I really feel great. Marie Kirkley-Bey deserves this. She's worked very, very hard. I've served with her in the House of Representatives, and she's worked hard for our city, and I think it's a great affair for her. I'm glad so many people turned out tonight. It's good seeing you.
Oh, don't forget that part. He said it was good to see me.
Well, I'm so glad to see the one that I'm standing beside him, because he is a great guy. I've been knowing him over 30, 40 years. And I say Kirkley-Bey, I've been knowing her about that time too. And she's a great person, and she was a great state rep.
And I have 3 fantastic Hartford residents here. The former mayor of Hartford, Eddie Perez. Also, Ike Charles, a former council member. And none other than the one and only Fire Chief, Chief Stewart. So how you young men feel about being here today?
I'm here really proud to be a part of the history that Marie wrote for the city, here with her family, telling her thank you and wishing her well.
All right, and Mr. Matthews?
Well, there are many people who would question my administration, but one of my best decisions was bringing Marie over to the Democratic Party. Remember that? She was in People for Change, and I talked her into coming over to Democrats. That was a great decision. I'm proud to be here today.
All right, now she's a legend in the city of Hartford.
God bless everybody, and I stand here, and Marie Kirkley-Bey brings out the best, because she has been the best and still is good. So I thank you very much, our Joe, Mayor, and the Deputy Mayor.
All right, thank you all for being here. And we have another guest of Marie Kirkley-Bey here who has some wonderful things to say about our legend.
Absolutely.
Marie is from, she just came to us with Celtic Property Management. She's our tenant representative for Sigourney Muse. We love her. She's doing a wonderful job. I'm so proud, and I can't believe what a beautiful job this is. I love her, and I congratulate her, and
all right, and thank you for being here. And we're speaking of legends in their own time, I have none other than Miss B. Powell here. So, Miss Powell, how you feel about being here with Marie?
Oh, it's just wonderful. Marie has done such wonderful things, and I can just imagine the challenges that she faced when she first went into office. But she always did it tactfully, honestly, and she always got results. And one thing about Marie is that she was never boisterous. She would come up behind you and say, well, you know, I got that money for you.
All right, thank you so much for being here today. All right, here we are with another Hartford legend, the longest reigning councilwoman in the history of the city of Hartford. How you feel about being here to celebrate Marie tonight?
Oh, it is so exciting. You know, since I left politics or the council, I really haven't participated in very many political events, so it's great to be here this evening. I made a special effort because Marie has always been so supported. She is a woman for the community, and I'm all about the community.
All right, yes we are. Yeah, I'm Arjo Winch from All Politics is Local, and we're celebrating a legend in the city of Hartford tonight. And I just want to see some of our guests. And how do you feel about being here with Marie today?
I feel so honored right now. I'm just overexcited right now. I'm very, very excited to be here.
All right, good. And Marie has done some wonderful things and some wonderful work through your organization.
Yes, she has for our community. She's done a lot over the years. I think something like 20 years. She's always been there for the people of Mashantucket.
All right, so thank you so much for being here tonight. Okay. All right, and here we have one of Hartford's finest from the fire department. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing just fine. And how do you feel about being here celebrating one of Hartford's legends?
I am really excited. This is a wonderful occasion, and she served so well. So hope some of us can follow up and follow her footsteps and do some of the great things that she's done over the long period of time she did in the city of Hartford, from the city council to the state house. So we really appreciate and honor her for all her hard work to the community.
All right, thank you.
She's still working on it.
All right, thank you so much for being here to share the time. And I'm Arjo Winch from AccessTV.org. All Politics is Local, and I have the privilege to be standing here tonight to celebrate a legend, the retirement of Marie Kirkley-Bey, and I have with me the CEO of the Voices of Women of Color, Carla Williams. So how do you feel about this excitement night tonight?
This is an exciting night because I admire Miss Kirkley-Bey. I think she's a great leader and has been a great leader for our community, and she has sacrificed a lot for her family just to take care of the community. I'm going to miss her, but I can always go and visit her. But I love her, and I wish her well on whatever she has done, and I'd like to say thank you for the work you've done for our community.
All right, here we are again at the retirement celebration of Marie Kirkley-Bey, a legend in her own time in the city of Hartford. And we're standing here with another legend in her drill team and the wonderful, wonderful drummers. So how do you all feel about performing here tonight?
We feel very great. Of course, we know Marie Kirkley-Bey personally, and we've been with her for a long time and respect her to the utmost. So it was a pleasure to be here today.
All right, and thank you so much for your performance and your dedication.
You were so welcome.
All right. All right, here we are with State Senator Eric Coleman of the 2nd Senatorial District. And so, Senator Coleman, how do you feel about being here in the celebration of Marie Kirkley-Bey?
Marie Kirkley-Bey is one of the people that I would always be willing and most desirous of celebrating. She's a fantastic, marvelous lady. We served together for a number of years in the House of Representatives. I think I will always admire and respect the work she did. One of her hallmarks is her passion. She was very passionate about the way in which she represented the people of the district that she was serving. And she had the respect, she earned the respect of many of her colleagues, and they'll long remember Marie Kirkley-Bey. She'll remain a resource for myself and other people who are in elected office, and I'm sure that all of those people that she served with want to wish her well and want to continue to maintain contact with Marie Kirkley-Bey.
So how do you feel about being here tonight?
I feel great.
All right, and what does Marie mean to you?
I would like to say Marie, she does a lot for me since the Deputy Chief of the North District. She's worked with me in many, many years, and I appreciate everything she's done.
All right, and thank you so much for being here to celebrate with us tonight. Welcome back to AccessTV.org, and we have none other than our Congressman John Larson here tonight. And I'm sure John Larson probably don't know a little bit about Marie Kirkley-Bey.
Yeah, I understand, though, she's going to be starring in your next novel.
Oh, my goodness. Why did you blow my secret?
Well, because I know a lot of people, they figure from that novel it's going to be turned into a TV show, maybe HBO, maybe Netflix. Someone's going to be interested in it.
But it'll all be based on the truth.
It'll be based on the truth. And if they write about Marie Kirkley-Bey, it'll be a great story. A great story for a kid who grew up in the projects, worked her way up through the Aetna, and went on to serve with honor and distinction. What I love about her is what I said earlier here, is she said, I was stigmatized and discriminated against because of what they perceived to be my value and worth based on how much money I made. She said, today they call me honorable, but I was always honorable, no matter how much money I have. And that's the fight she waged on behalf of people, not unlike yourself.
Well, listen, I've been there too, so we understand that clearly.
Exactly. And so we wish her the best tonight. What a great lady. It was great to present her with a Congressional Delegation Award and an American flag flown over the United States Capitol in her honor.
All right, and thank you so much for all the hard work that you do, Congressman, because I know it's hard work.
And by the way,
it's very hard.
That chapter on me, leave it out. Leave it out.
We'll leave that chapter out. All right, thank you. All right, here we are with the one and the only, a legend in her own time, the former Deputy Speaker of the House, Marie Kirkley-Bey. How does it feel to finally think you're retired? I said think, because we know how that works.
It feels wonderful. I'm very happy for the things that God has blessed me with, and I'm happy to have the opportunity to serve whenever I can.
Absolutely, and look at all the people who come out to celebrate you. It looks like a rainbow coalition. I said, you've done your job when your work reaches across cultural lines.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I was surprised at the number of people that were here. I'm really grateful for them.
All right, this is some big shoes to fill, but you know what? Us young people, and I consider myself young, got some tough shoes to fill, so we'll be calling on you often, so don't move far away.
I plan on staying right where I am.
All right,
Thank you so much, Arjo.
You're welcome, you're welcome. And we have with us none other than State Representative Minnie Gonzalez, who served a long time with Marie Kirkley-Bey. So how do you feel about her retiring?
Well, I miss her. I miss her every day, every day. I met Marie, my God, so many years ago, maybe like 30 years ago. And she was the president of AHA at that time. And I learned a lot from Marie. I learned a lot. Very vocal, very into the issues that really help minority people. Always was there for me. When I did have a problem, I used to go to her, always listen. Great friend, great human being, and a good, excellent state rep.
All right, here you heard it here on State Representative Minnie Gonzalez, here celebrating the retirement, so-called retirement, of our own, the legend, Marie Kirkley-Bey. And we're standing here with the Hartford City Treasurer, Adam Cloud, and I know that you've known Marie for a long time, so how do you feel here celebrating a legend tonight?
That's exactly right. She is a legend, and I've known Marie for quite a long time. In fact, Marie goes all the way back to when my father ran for politics, so I've known her since I've been in diapers. And additionally, my first foray into politics was helping Marie win one of her first or second campaigns when I was a young man. And she's the inspiration for why I got involved in politics. Enough said. I mean, Marie led her community, was an outspoken leader within this community, and has been a leader on behalf of all of the generation that came behind her in terms of being able to advocate, being able to show leadership, and how to work within the system to achieve the goals that we need on behalf of the residents of the city of Hartford. So I had to be here. I cut a trip short from New York just to be here tonight because she's like an aunt to me, and I love her dearly, and I wish her nothing but the best.
All right, and thank you so much for being here tonight, Treasurer.
See you, by the way.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Nicole, don't be a hater.
I came from Puerto Rico with my 3 kids, so
we enrolled on a program, and I used to listen to Marie. Very vocal, very involved in the community, and I look at her and I said, "Damn, you know, she sounds good. She's very, very involved in the community. She cares for the community." After that, we helped her. We got involved in her campaign at that time with People for Change for City Council. We got her elected. Very happy, very excited. She helped. After that, my husband went to her looking for help for a program in the community. Never say no. Always was there for us. Always was there for when we need help. But I never thought that one day I was going to, after that, she ran for state rep. I never thought that I was going to run after for state rep. And I ran in 1996, got elected. And then we worked at the legislature. Very close. Sometimes we have disagreement, but always very, very good friends. Marie, a great friend, great human being, and she was an excellent state representative. And Marie, I wish you the best. And I miss Marie every single day at the Capitol. Thanks, Marie, for everything, and I wish you the best.
When I started in politics, Marie Kirkley-Bey was on a different side, and I watched her over the years. And I was working on the campaign on the other side, a different slate, and I watched how hard she worked over the years. And I saw her in office, and I saw how much she was committed to the people of this city every day. And then I saw her go to the state capitol, and I saw her work at a time when our city, when we need people in the legislature that are willing to fight and know how to fight, when we need people in the legislature that are willing to go into the back room sometimes and say, we need to work this out and this is what I need for my district. Marie Kirkley-Bey was always one of those people that our city could count on. And so as one of the younger generation of politicians coming behind you, I want to say thank you for your dedication, for your hard work, for your inspiration. And on a more narrow and selfish note, I want to say thank you as a Democratic convention for casting that vote for me. I love you.
Now at this time, moving forward, I have Ms. R. Jo Winch from the Greater Hartford Democratic Processing Club.
That's okay, that's okay. I'm R. Jo Winch, the Vice President of the Progressive Democratic Women's Club, and on behalf of our club members, we wanted to say to our honorable legend of the city of Hartford, former Deputy Speaker of the House, one of our own, Marie Kirkley-Bey, that we're so happy to be able to be here today to support you. Leela Boyer, who is our president. Unfortunately, one of the things about the Progressive Democratic Women's Club, I'm 60, and I'm one of the younger people of the organization. So we need some young people. If y'all hear me out there, I'm recruiting younger people to be a part of our organization, because unfortunately, Ms. Giles, Sally Gaston, Leela Boyer, Barbara Moorhead, they're all ill tonight. That's why they're not here. So on behalf of all of them, I wanted to say congratulations to you for your great work. And us younger people, like has been said before, have great shoes to fill, but we're trying to get it done. We're going to continue your legacy, support our communities, and do the best that we can do to make people like yourself and my mother, Princina Holloway, who's been around here a very, very long time, make you proud of the second generation and the children that you all have raised.
Thank you. Well, Cookie, we've come to the part of the program where we want to speak to you. Kelly and I got this for you. Keep it at the house. When somebody comes over, they can talk.
So it's my part of the program now. So first of all, I'd like to say a very congratulations to Deputy Speaker, my mama, Marie Lopez Kirkley-Bey. I gotta let you guys know that this is a lady who came in her beginning of her adult life from the projects. She came off of welfare, she raised 3 kids, and she retired as Deputy Speaker. First minority ever Deputy Speaker in the House of Representatives. My mom has been through a lot. And I gotta really tell y'all something, because everybody think I'm like the only Kirkley-Bey ever in history. So before I move on, we have some other Kirkley-Beys in the house. Believe me, you'll never get to see them again. But on that behalf, I want to have my niece Patrice stand up and give a round to everybody, because no one will ever know who these kids are. Patrice is my brother's daughter. Second daughter. Then I have my little nephew, Connor Martin, my sister's oldest son, right here. Shiggy's in the bar area, so you know that's what he's in the bar area, so we'll give a round of applause to him as well. But let me just tell you about Feeding the Future. Feeding the Future was a program that started from a class project of mine. I have a couple of my colleagues here, some of my classmates here, and we started this project because actually my teacher told me that I couldn't do a regular community service project because I'm in politics. Go figure. So that being said, Darren is right here on my right, on my left. And I'd like Darren to come stand up with me. He and I and a couple other people started Feeding the Future. Our first program we did, Feeding the Kids. We feed kids in the North End. He's going to explain to you about what the snack pack backpack program is, because there's a lot of programs in Hartford, but there's not many that pertains to children who are hungry or in need of food when they go home over the weekend. So I'm going to let Darren give you a little background on what Feeding the Future is.
Good evening. It's a pleasure being here with you all this evening. My name is Darren Hudson. I am a resident currently in West Hartford. I served 25 years with the Hartford Fire Department. I retired last year as a deputy chief. Around that time, I was seeking what type of opportunities I could take on in my life now that I was pretty much free from having to go to that work thing. And I went to a class with Kelly and some others, a leadership class. And one of the things we had to do was come about a project. Now, there was 5 of us involved in this project. It was Kelly, myself, Denise Patterson, Yvonne Matthews, and Antonita Dunbar. And we were the only group there that wasn't a group that went to this leadership class together. So we were all singles. And everybody else that was there, they were already came as groups, whether they came from churches or other community organizations. So they put us all together. And we had brainstormed an idea. Basically, it's a national program called Blessings in a Bag, which was brought to us from one of our members, Denise Patterson. And we took it on, and Kelly came up with the name Feeding the Future. And the Snack Backpack program in Hartford, Connecticut, it's going to be a non-profit. It's an organization, and we're committed to ending child hunger in the city of Hartford. The Feeding the Future program, we intend to help 100 impoverished inner city youth, ages 9 through 18, take home food for over the weekend. Because hunger does not take the weekend off, this is where Feeding the Future program would like to help the 100 youth throughout the month with items for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This event is finally called Blessings in a Bag. We ask that you please consider making a donation of any kind to help disadvantaged school-aged children over the weekend when school meals are not available. We see your contribution as a gift and an opportunity for families to continue spending time together. We will be more than happy to acknowledge your company's contribution with a personalized thank you, knowing each bag that goes home with the child. For many of you know that poverty is real in Hartford. It is real to a lot of children. And throughout the school year, a lot of these children go to school, and the only meal that they may have may be the breakfast and lunch they get at their schools, which brings into play what happens on the weekend. And that's one of the reasons why we felt this was a necessity to help the lives of children and their families. And up to this point, it's been received very well. We were serving about 30 children, and we'd like to expand that to 100 per month. Our goal is to be consistent with serving these 100 children and their families, so that over the long run of the school year, they have the dependability of food for the weekend. Kelly has been on the forefront in regards to the fundraising. I pretty much do a lot of the grunt work. Like I said, I got the free time, I'm retired. All I have to do is chase up to my kids, but through the hours of 9 and 3, I'm free because they're in school. And we just go about the task of shopping, putting together the baskets, making the contacts, and delivering the bags to the individuals. Now, this is a partnership with the individuals that we serve, and that they have to take ownership as well. And one of the ways we do that is the bags that we give out, we want to get back, so that we can continue that same service to the same individuals. This is an example of one of the bags, and basically it's filled with non-perishable items, food, cereal, milk, canned goods, and things of that item.
So now you have a little background about what Feeding the Future is about. We're about bringing food to young kids in the North End who need food on the weekend. Believe it or not, a lot of kids leave school on Friday and do not eat again until Monday. So the Backpack Snack Pack program is just designed for these children. But in the midst of me and Darren and my colleagues creating Feeding the Future, we had a fallen colleague. I always try to serve all communities. I had a gentleman, Hispanic gentleman, who was there from day one. He came in with his stripes. He was a hard worker. He was out in that community day and night, taking care of these kids. Not only the kids, the mothers, the fathers, making sure they had everything they needed. My fallen soldier passed away. So tonight we're going to pay a little tribute and a little honor to him, because without him, we would not have been able to reach the Hispanic community. Since his passing, we will work with his family and the group I'm about to bring up next. And that being said, I'm going to ask the Peace Builders to come up to receive an reward. Miss Kenny is definitely to the forefront.
Okay, this is a plaque that states, presented to Peace Builders, in appreciation of your empowering the youth through peace building and Feeding the Future programs. We wanted to recognize your gallant efforts and contributions in making Hartford a better place. In memory of Josh Maldonado, dated June 12, 2014, from Feeding the Future.
Now, I'm going to bring up somebody else who, I'm going to cry a little bit. She was there for me a long time ago. Her husband taught me a lot about politics. They're a dear friend to our family. She served with my mom probably 16 out of her 20 years. Many a times, oh, I gotta tell you a funny thing. Kenny, when we had one of the rooms at the hotel, that was my roommate. We was gambling all night, y'all. But anyway, I would like for State Representative Minnie Gonzalez and her entire family to come up to receive a plaque on behalf of my fallen soldier. Before I present the plaque, now I'm going to say his name. Josh Maldonado is Minnie Gonzalez's baby son. He just recently passed away, and I gotta say he's truly missed. But we will continue this program in his name. We will continue to work with the Peace Builders and continue to work with State Representative Minnie Gonzalez, because without folks like this, our community would be lost. So we're going to have Darren read the plaque to State Representative Minnie Gonzalez. And once again, like I said, guys, this was her baby son. And her baby son was there for me every step of my way through me creating my our program here. And without him, we wouldn't have been able to reach a lot of folks in the community. So I want to say to State Representative Minnie Gonzalez before we read the plaque, Mama, I love you, and I'm sorry for your loss. But we will never forget her. And as long as we can keep this program alive, we will keep Josh Maldonado alive in our prayers and everything we do, because we will always recognize him in whatever we do for Feeding the Future. Because he was one of my troopers, and he was, I can't, she's crying, Miss King can tell you, I mean, she's, so I'm going to let him read the plaque and present it to the family.
Plaque reads, in memory of Josh Maldonado, in appreciation of your empowering youth through the Peace Building and Feeding the Future programs. We wanted to recognize your gallant efforts and contributions in making Hartford a better place. May you always be remembered, rest in peace, for Feeding the Future, dated this day, June 12, 2014. Representative Miller.
On behalf of the family and the Peace Builders, we're going to let them say a few words. Then we'll do another raffle, and then, hey, it's party time. All right? All right, hold on.
Thanks, Kelly. I want to give a big shout out to Kelly and her. They've been big supporters of us during our loss, and we're very honored to be here tonight and to receive this award in Joshua's name. And I can't thank everyone enough for being there for us in our time of loss.
So, just to also let you guys know that these guys are also part of Johnson Stewart Community Family. See, I got dancers from Johnson Stewart Community Family. We got the Rev over there from Johnson Stewart Community Family. Now we got the Peace Builders at Johnson Stewart Community Center. Man, y'all missing out on the Johnson Stewart Community Center. So that being said, I'm going to pass it over to my friend, who, by the way, was been with my mom for about a good 20 years as well. So see, Kirkley-Beys, we go all the way back. We don't let you go. Once you get in our way, you're caught.
Thank you, Kelly. First, I want to thank Marie Kirkley-Bey for her leadership and all the things that she meant to me in my life. As I was telling you earlier, thanks for slapping my hand the times I needed it, so I appreciate it. On behalf of the Compass Youth Collaborative Family, the Peace Builders, we want to thank Oswe for his contribution to our program. One of the things that he said to me when he first came in, he said, I want to change my legacy, and I want to change my name in the community, and he did that. It's a testament to what's happening here today that he did that. The tears in my brothers and sisters' eyes over here, he did that. And to all the kids that still ask for him and are doing the things that they're doing in each and every day of their lives for him, he did that. So I want to thank you all for having him here. because he's truly meant the world to us as a family. And we thank you all for having him be part of ours. Yes.
Once again, I would like to say thank you. You guys can stand right here because I want to show you. I'm going to let y'all know I'm a beast. I'm a beast when it comes to campaigning. I'm a beast when it comes to some money. I did a whole lot of work for this tonight. And on that note, I'm going to have Darren come with Jasmina. And I'm going to let everybody see all the efforts and everything that took place for tonight. On behalf of the Kirkley-Bey Foundation, because I had no other name to use. So on behalf of the Kirkley-Bey Foundation and all the efforts for tonight, we are going to donate, are you ready? $11,500 to Feeding the Future. So that's going to be a lot of mouths we can feed. It's going to be a lot of kids that's going to be not hungry. So I like to say to everybody here, thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting my mother. And by the way, I have my second mom here, Miss B. Powell. She thought she didn't want to get baby with tonight, but she right here. That's my mom. She tell it like it is. That's my mom. She keep me straight. But I would just like to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for Josh Maldonado. Thank you for the Peace Builders. Thank you, State Representative Minnie Gonzalez. My friend Darren. Couldn't do it without you. And everybody here, this couldn't happen without your support. So we're going to wrap up tonight so we can get our party on and everybody can get their little drinks on, get a little chirped up. We're going to have my mother, Deputy Speaker Marie Lopez Kirkley-Bey, come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Kelly. I just want to say thank you to all of those who've come here tonight. I really appreciate your being here. I've been blessed by the Lord to have two great careers, one in Aetna and one in the legislature and in politics. And I want to say I was blessed to have all of you for friends and colleagues and lobbyists and whatever you did along my political and work career. I just want to know that I just feel wonderful. Thank you for tonight. I'm doing my best not to cry, because I told Kelly I was not going to cry. I cried so bad at the legislature, I didn't even understand what they were saying to me. But I'm doing my best. I want to thank her, everyone who played a part in making this come true. Miss and Mrs. Cato, my nephew Jamie and his girlfriend Laura, my daughter Kelly, Tommy Ritter, all those who played a part tonight, I want to say thank you. I know about this thing until Tuesday, so I don't know all who worked on it. But I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart. Oh yes, and I forgot one of the storage workers. I want to say thank you to Arjo.
You're going to pass the mic to Arjo.
You see how she gives me my cue? I'm to pass the mic to Arjo. Thank you so much, Arjo.
I want to thank all of y'all for being here. This is a very exciting night that we have. You know what? This is a very exciting time in the city of Hartford that we're honoring one of Hartford's legends, a long-time legend that served and done some great work. So many of you who helped us to put this event on. We'd like to give special thanks out to Governor Malloy, Speaker Sharkey, Deputy Speaker A through Z, because I can't pronounce that, Mayor Segara, Sankofa Kumba Cultural Arts Consortium, especially Sister Nandi, Luania Johnson Martin, our own Karen Cato, the Secretary of our Democratic Town Committee, Mrs. Cato, Mr. and Mrs. Janie Willis, Charles Terry III, John Beverly, our Chairman of the Democratic Party, Mark DeBella, Massimina Rodriguez, Georgette Cicero, Maureen Magnum, Shirley Surgeon, Robert Stewart, Terry, and her Sunshine Band. You all got an opportunity to see them early during the program. That's some of our representatives' work. And we also want to thank our Vice Chair of the Town Committee, Karen Cato. And I believe that we have a cake.
We have a cake, but before the cake, we're going to do one last, we'll do the cake and then I'll do a reference to this guy like that for crew.
Okay, so we're going to have our honoree come on up. We have a nice little cake for you. Y'all stay here for the cake. Stay here, stay here. Stay here. All right, we have a cake that says congratulations. Doesn't say how many years, so we don't want to give away your secret. We don't want to let people know how young you really are. Come to the side right here, so the camera right there, look. There you go, there you go. Cut it this way. You cut it any way you want to cut it. That's your cake.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations on your evening. We'll do the rest.
Okay.